kind of awesome things that we probably wouldn't see because we are in our classroom. But they make it known to celebrate and to recognize those teachers who are doing the awesome things that everyone else doesn't get a chance to see. So they get to get spotlight.
Right.
So, what are some things, other ways that you feel like the campus recognizes and celebrates and acknowledges those who are working towards our campus's vision?
One thing that I've never seen in elementary is a pep rally, and we have them. At the end of every 9 weeks.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. They have, they celebrate the children. They're able to be recognized in front of their peers, not just, and parents are allowed to come, where we're celebrating, we're cheering. I like it. You not only recognize class achievement, you recognize individual student achievement, you recognize teacher achievement, and it gets the kids, it's just positive morale. They feel like their hard work isn't in vain and it's recognized. I really like that we have a employee of the month. Again, that's new, where you're able to not only share the recognition of that particular person for all of their great accomplishments, but also to let them into your little personal life, because you're able to put whatever you want in your, we'll call it a bulletin window-ish display.
Kind of like a display. Display cabinet.
But you're able to let others in, but only to your, personal comfort level. But I like it that I can recognize them and even think I have something in common with that person. Recognize anything else. Mr. Bagley. He also comes in to make sure that the students are, he's just an active principal. He comes in and makes sure that the kids sees him. He's visible.
Okay. All right. Those are some awesome things that we do have going on that are helping us reach our goal and vision of excellent education. Let's start talking about how are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and the community. Now, one of the things that we did say to the staff, because there are the shout outs and the different things that are going on throughout the campus are displayed into the weekly bulletin, but also our school has been, since social media is such a big thing right now, and many people communicate via social media. So the school does have a Facebook and a Twitter page, and a lot of the images that of things that are going on at the school are taken. Pictures last forever. They're great memory keepers. So pictures are being taken, things of different events, different accomplishments, and then they're sent out via the Facebook and the Twitter page for the school. Also, we do the weekly newsletter that's sent to parents via email. So, and it highlights all of the activities, all of the programs that we have. If it highlights students and their achievements, it highlights teachers as what they achieved with their class, as well as other things, just to keep the parents involved. So is there any other ways that you can feel like that we are effectively communicating to our staff, students, and community?
I really like to piggyback on you, the tweeting, Twitter. I never had a Twitter account, but what I loved is that it gave the parents an opportunity to have a vision of inside my classroom. A lot of times on Facebook, it's things that involve the entire either grade level or the entire school. But this gives me an opportunity to take pictures if we're doing, a cool or fun experiment. But it gives an opportunity for you to see what's happening in my class versus just in the school. The Facebook account, I like that the parents can comment. The parents can comment just as much as the teachers can. So we just have this open communication. And they can
share it so that their own family and friends can see it. Yeah.
Yes, that's really awesome. The weekly emails, because even as a parent in Alvin, I love receiving, because sometimes there are things when I'm in my bubble of science, I'm not just aware of what's going on, and so I like that.
You keep going.
Teachers,
I like that the weekly
instructional meeting will be held in Mr. Gomez's room, 805.
Okay.
Science instructional meeting will be held in Mr. Gomez's room, 805.
I like that the weekly, what do you call it? Oh, the weekly post just keeps us informed of all the other things. And they had this really cool thing on our phone. It's, again, something new. I use it for communication with parents, but the school actually uses it with is it open communication? You know, like back and forth.
Yeah, you can respond to it. And,
Yes,
but
it's like is that like open?
Open
We can call it
communication.
open communication, where I can comment back if I don't understand something that's sent out to everyone. But it allows, first off, quick access, because if who isn't attached to a cell phone nowadays?
Yeah.
So I'm able to see exactly what's going on. Anything from the incentives are awesome, because if they have an incentive in the lounge, I'm able to learn about it right then and there, and I don't miss anything. So plenty of ways with technology and communication and all that great, keeping us in the loop.
Okay, that's awesome things that are going on. Now let's talk about, how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, and failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? Of course, as educators, we always, we never want to fail, but we always realize that everything that we try out is not always, reach the intended goal, and it's not successful. So I know before in the reading program, we've tried a couple of different things and realized, okay, this isn't working. So let's look at what we did. Let's look at the successes in it, and let's look at what it was lacking. And then we put that together as a team, and we come together and we determine how we are going to make changes in order for us to be able to be successful in our subject. So is there any anything that the campus uses that where they're taking their successes, taking risks, thinking outside the box, and taking their failures in order to promote the campus's vision of providing excellent education?
One thing that you said is when things fail, as far as for us, especially now, there's a lot of changes going on in science. And one of the great things about things, just with so many changes, with
Teachers, the new teacher meeting will be in
sorry.
the LGI room. The new
I can't talk while they talk.
It's open to all teachers. The meeting will be held in the
I'm
LGI
trying
room.
to cut this out.
Okay, but with I forgot what I was saying. Oh, with so many things that are new in science that are going on, it's great that we're definitely taking a lot of risk, because we're kind of up in the air with what's changed and what hasn't. So we're trying new materials. What I love is they communicate with us and come and say, well, how is it working? If it's not working, because either it doesn't have enough rigor or relevance, or we just felt like it just didn't hit the mark that we wanted. I love the communication where we all come together, collaborate, and just try something new. I also love that our principal can budget so that he's able to say, okay, we can move money around to make sure that we can get the materials that's needed. Okay, we bought this book, it's not working. What can we do to get another book or to get another resource to make sure that everyone's successful?
And having the correct materials and resources are a very important part of learning, because
Definitely.
you can give it to them all day, but sometimes kids need those resources and those materials in order to be successful. So that's awesome that those things are going on. Let's talk about what processes are used in improving the morale, which moves the campus towards realization of their campus goal. So what processes does the campus use in order to improve morale so that we can provide that excellent education for each student and every program?
Again, it goes back to many things that they're using, but again, the pep rally is a great one, where it just, the kids are just looking so forward to it. It just keeps the positivity so that it recognizes those that just tried their best. And it's not always about who's successful but who tried
and who improved.
Right. Oh, great.
So that's another thing, that it's not always about those who are the top of the top, but we do look at a lot of the times for those kids that get recognized, they become the Sun. They win the Sun Award. Sorry.
Yes.
And so a lot of times those are those kids who struggle, and they just need that little bit of encouragement, and they have been improving. And so sometimes that recognition, it does wonders and improves for those kids.
It does. I also asked Mr. Bagley if we could have possibly like grade level celebrations, and so we're working on that to say that grade levels can even recognize those that are growing, just fifth, because I know the pep rally goes with third grade, fourth grade, and fifth, but just to recognize them more in a smaller, more intimate setting, just to lift the morale for those that are trying and struggling, but that are successful.
And let's not forget about lifting the teacher morale when we have our faculty meetings. The beginning of the faculty meetings are awesome. They do shout outs for those teachers that have awesome things going on, that have improvements going on, that are doing wonderful things in their classroom. And as teachers, sometimes we don't get that shout out. You know, we're steady shouting out our kids and we're recognizing those kids, but we don't necessarily get it. And so one thing our campus has been doing is they're committed to the beginning of each faculty meeting. We started off with good news, and so positives, and so people are shouting out positive things that are going on in their life, and it kind of makes that connection, that things that we wouldn't know about unless they share, and so you kind of feel like connected and with those people as they tell about different things that they got going on in their classroom or in their personal life.
Yes.
And then after we do our positives, then the principal shouts out a few positives for those other teachers, things that they got going on. And you should see the smiles on those teachers' faces once they are chosen or they are highlighted or spotlighted. And even sometimes those come with gifts, even though it may not be a big gift. It could be something small, as far as a teacher's a duty-free pass or a Gene Day pass. And we look forward to those little things, and it does, but it keeps the smiles on our face, and it helps with the morale. And we look forward to those small little positives in our lives that helps us, and it keeps us going on, and it encourages us. That makes you feel like once you're spotlighted, you realize like, oh, okay, I'm doing some awesome things, and it makes you want to keep doing awesome things so that you can reach our school's goal of excellent education.
We also have a really nice PTO. Our PTO is amazing, and they too, with the permission of the principal, they lift our morale by giving us incentives that, like the other day we had Bahama Bucks.
Oh yeah. That
was so nice to just say, okay, I'm having a stressful day. It was right before my Sims test, which was yesterday. Our Sims test was today, but just to have an opportunity to just have a sweet treat that was cool, to just remind you, we recognize you're working hard. Here's just a little something to lift your morale. And it happens so often that it's just amazing. You can't do anything but smile here because the morale is awesome. Our PTO, they need awards.
Yeah, all of these things add up and they help us reach our goal. Anything else you'd like to say before we?
No, I truly enjoy being here. It is an awesome school. Positivity when you have, especially when you have hardworking teachers that work together, that collaborate together. The morale here, even in our section of just fifth grade, is amazing. So if all the other teachers could feel like we are, this is nothing but a successful year.
Awesome. And I'm definitely confident that we'll reach our vision's goal of providing an excellent education for each student in every program. Thank you.
You're welcome.